So we're going to do things a little bit different today. If you're not following me on social media, I'm on day 4 with symptoms with COVID. And it's been bad. It's been pretty rough. It seems to impact everyone a little different. In my household, I actually have my mother-in-law, myself, and my oldest daughter that have caught COVID or tested positive for COVID. It's been kind of a rough little patch. It's, like I said, it's impacted each one of us differently. Me, I got nothing but fever and a headache like you could not imagine. Today is the first day I've not had a headache, mind you. And it's been a terrible headache. Like my eyeballs feel like they're going to pop out of my head whenever the COVID headache kicks in. But it's not been so bad. So I figured, you know what? Why not go ahead and put out some content today? Because there's a lot of things a lot of people have asked me. First thing I've been getting asked a lot from those who follow me on social media is, what's it feel like to get it? And second thing is everyone's asking me, hey, you actually got like a pre-order or something going on with the Hummer EV. So we're going to cover both those things in today's video. Also, we need to talk about some shenanigans that are being playing right now in the crypto market. I think this is a clear example of how heavy manipulation is in our market and why I'm not so overly optimistic of pumps or dumps in the market. I always feel like they're planned by some entities in the space. We're going to talk about that today, show you some examples of some manipulation happening right now, and some bad practices, in my opinion, that I feel like should stop. But first, let me address the whole COVID thing, because again, a lot of people ask me about that follow me on social media. I did find one thing that really helps with the symptoms and really helps make you feel better. Smash the like button. No, kidding. In all seriousness, smash the like button and make sure you hit subscribe before we get any further. But as far as symptoms go, like I said, it hits everybody a little bit different. I got a lot of aches, a lot of pains, and fever. No sore throat, no cough, no drainage, none of that stuff. Mother-in-law and daughter, they got everything else that I didn't get. So it's a very real thing. I've actually had a lot of people ask me, is it a real thing? Is it like real? Because I guess it hasn't hit a lot of areas. It's real, especially here in the U.S. And I can tell you exactly how we got it in my household. Here in the U.S., if you work at places like nursing homes, for instance, okay, this is a true story. If you're watching this, you're in the U.S., and you have a family member that works in a nursing home, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Right now, nursing homes are getting slammed with COVID. The thing is, though, staff members are becoming thinner and thinner because of the virus. What happens is if you do test positive and you're not showing symptoms and you're able to work, they send you to work because they need somebody there to take care of the staff. Those people end up working with healthy people. All those people go home and bring that to their families. That's exactly how it got brought into our household. Mother-in-law works at a nursing home, had to go work in an environment where people did test positive to try to take care of the elderly and make sure they didn't get sick or die or, the whole 9 yards. And came home, brought her home to us. Am I mad about it? It's inevitable here in the U.S. It's inevitable to get it if you're here in the U.S. Just saying. But all right, let's move on to more exciting news. I did go ahead and reserve a spot to order the Hummer. This bad boy right here, if you haven't seen it, they're bringing back the Hummer under the GMC name. And I used my Crypto.com card to reserve it. But let me show you something. This is my reservation right here for the Hummer EV right here, GMC. You can see my name there. The thing is, you can't actually go and physically buy the whole thing. You just have to put money down, right, to say, hey, I want to buy this. I'm a serious buyer. So I used my Crypto.com card and I put $100 on this bad boy. That's all they were able to put in there. But yeah, I am reserved. Let me see if I can move my head out the way. Hummer EV. Now here is the thing, though. The actual Hummer that I want is like the reservation spots are all taken out. So I took the next model next to the Edition 1, and I'm on the waiting list for the Edition 1. So I'm hoping that people fall off and can't afford it, or things fall through, whatever the reason may be, and I get in a spot, get the Edition 1, and I buy that bad boy. To be completely honest with you, if I get stuck with the next model up to the Edition 1, I'm not going to buy it. I can't justify spending that much crypto on something that's not the Edition 1. In my opinion, the Edition 1, having such limited features, looks, and the whole 9 yards, I feel like this one right here is something that I can buy, maybe even drive it for 6 months, enjoy it for 6 months, and resell it and make some money off of it because there's only a limited number of them that will ever be built. And again, I use my Crypto.com card. I have the Royal Indigo card. So if you're interested in making sure that you can use your crypto, as a currency, you should definitely look at the Crypto.com card. Okay, so let's talk about some of the shady shit that's happening right now in the space. And I mean it. Some seriously shady shit. PayPal, okay, I'm telling you, so many people think this is excellent news. Everyone says, oh, this is the thing that everyone needs to pay attention to. It's going to allow people to get payments, accept payments for cryptocurrencies, and so on and so forth. There's something so many people have forgotten. Up until 2019, okay, the idea of accepting Bitcoin as a payment was almost a mainstream thing. I used to pay for my travel using Expedia.com, okay? Using Expedia with Bitcoin. That's how I used to pay for my travel, was Bitcoin through Expedia. They made it go away. There's so many examples of entities who just made the idea of accepting Bitcoin as a payment go away. Why is that? It's because it's an accounting nightmare. It really is. As a business owner, if you're watching this as a business owner, I want you to go and look at the liabilities of accepting Bitcoin as a payment for a good or service, okay? And then the moment you accept it as a payment, yes, it can be counted as income, but what are you going to do with that income? And what happens with that income increases or decreases in value? Because if it increases in value and then you have to liquidate it to pay, say, your vendors or whatnot, right, for the goods or services that you put out there to your client, there's another level of tax or another provable layer that you have to show, hey, listen, this was income, I sold this, I had to pay for this. It becomes an accounting nightmare. Now, unless PayPal is going to provide all those solutions, which we have never seen PayPal provide solutions like this for its clients, okay? We've seen it provide portals, provide information for you to go and figure out your own taxes. But the idea that PayPal will provide the tools necessary to simplify these tax problems, PayPal's not a tax company. They're not TurboTax. You get what I'm saying? They're not into it. They are PayPal. They're a facilitator. So that being said, I'm not sold on the idea that PayPal coming into this space is going to give an explosion of adoption. I personally think, here's my personal thoughts. I think this was somewhat deceitful to the community. You see, they opened up the doors saying, oh, Bitcoin community, we're going to accept Bitcoin payments. We're going to actually open up the doors for more cryptocurrencies as well. By the way, PayPal is backed by big institutions that actually have massive holdings in Bitcoin. But recently, it was yesterday, they announced that they're going to open the door for CBDCs and that they were going to put a priority on making sure they can accept them on an international level. Now, I have a feeling, what's going to happen is this PayPal Venmo venture into the crypto space is going to be more about supporting the CBDC, less about supporting the Bitcoin option or forcing you to go from the Bitcoin option to the CBDC option before you make your payments. Therefore, you have to make you owe taxes on the selling of that Bitcoin. I'm telling you, that's how it's going to go. You're not going to go straight from Bitcoin to service. You have to go from Bitcoin to fiat, and it's probably going to be a CBDC. But most importantly, I have a feeling what's going to happen is this is going to result in a collaboration with Chain Analysis and the IRS that is going to be very, very painful for the community. And speaking of pain points for the community, Bitcoin slides 3% as Hong Kong seeks to end honeymoon with crypto exchanges. Do you guys remember how I've said this year we're going to see more regulation? And we're seeing it almost every single day. And the thing was, it was almost every single day you were seeing it from the U.S. regulators. Now we're starting to see, like almost every other day, from the Asian regulators saying, hey, we're going to crack down on this. Hey, we're going to arrest that guy. Hey, we're going to shut you down for a second. Hey, we have questions. It's growing. The questions, the regulations, the device is starting to tighten up. The free reign is starting to get taken away from us. I'm serious. I think we're entering a whole new realm. I think 2021 is going to be a whole new realm for crypto. It's going to be a brand new, I don't know what it's going to be. I really don't, not with the amount of regulatory framework that's being put in place, with the amount of institutional involvement we're having, and the amount of big businesses that we're having coming into this space. This is what really bothers me. I don't know if anyone else sees this as a problem. When you have big banks and big businesses come in there, look at any other industry when that happened. Look at YouTube, the thing you're watching me on right now. It used to belong to us. We used to have a lot of freedom of speech on here. We lacked censorship. But big government and big business came in there, and now we have to yield what we do on YouTube to what big government says and big advertisers say. That's the truth. And extreme censorship. What do you think is going to happen to cryptocurrency? Big government, big business. I don't know. Things are really looking strange. And you see, I think the writing's on the wall for a lot of these bigger entities. Like Huobi, okay, says all is fine amid massive USDT exchange deposits and BTC withdrawals. And we're talking massive amount of money here. The Twitter account Well Alert, which I used to show them all the time in my Twitter feed, notified the public today that at least 400 million USDT had been sent to Huobi. As reported in multiple tweets, much of this USDT came from crypto exchange Bitfinex, though some originated from other unidentified locations. Earlier in the day, a number of transactions totaling 100 million USDT traveled from Huobi to Bitfinex. Now, here's the thing. When the pandemic first hit and Bitcoin started to tank, Bitfinex started printing USDT like crazy. Like there was no tomorrow. Truly, like there was no tomorrow. Price of Bitcoin leveled out and started going back up. Now Huobi's in some trouble. And all of a sudden $400 million of USDT goes into the exchange. I find that suspicious. What I find even more suspicious is while Huobi is denying the fact anyone's arrested, it's still being reported that the COO was arrested. And Bitcoin worth $350 million leaves after the COO is arrested. So $350 million worth of Bitcoin leaves. $400 million worth of USDT gets injected. Does anyone see this as troubling? And the Chinese media is reporting that the COO is in fact arrested, while Huobi is denying this. So I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I can tell you right now, this is a clear case. Another clear case of manipulation. Another clear case of bad acting. We had OKX already have some issues. Now we have Huobi with some issues. My imagination can go kind of crazy with this. $350 million worth of Bitcoin leaves the exchange. $400 million worth of USDT gets injected. $100 million gets pulled back out. It's a shuffle. It's like the Kansas City shuffle, where they have you looking left and they come to smack you from the right kind of thing. I don't trust this. You get what I'm saying? This is, to me, again, I don't want to state really what I think is going on here because I can't prove it. Okay, I can't prove what I really think is going on here. But I can say there's a reasonable amount of information available, a reasonable amount of data from our previous experiences available to say that Huobi is playing some sort of a bullshit game, and this could potentially end bad for those investors. One more thing I want to plug into today's video is, while being sick and like being bedridden, it's been pretty shitty. But I had some time to actually go and look at some things, and I spent some time looking at Twitter. And I want you guys to read this tweet I put up. As I sit here with a massive headache from COVID, reading through Bitcoin tweets from the past 3 weeks, I discovered something epic. Every 14K Bitcoin price prediction and every Bitcoin breakout price prediction has been wrong. BTC hopium is poison to the community. And I really mean that. The hopium is completely toxic to our community. I want to point this out because I'm tired of seeing you guys get sold on the bullshit. I really am. The truth be told, Bitcoin is going to do what it's going to do, right? Almost every influencer gets it wrong about Bitcoin. None of us have enough money or true influence over the market to dictate or control where it's going to go. That's the honest to God's truth. None of us actually have any sort of inside information that we can give to you to tell you where the market's going to go. Because if that was the case, not a goddamn single one of us would be influencing. That's the truth. And also today I did another post that I really like for you guys to go on Twitter. My Twitter handle is down below in the description. Please click on this one and say who's going to win, because I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of money riding on today's election. So this is either going to create comfort or discomfort for those who've bet big money on today's election, okay? And it doesn't matter who you guys vote for. We're all the same damn people on the same freaking planet trying to do the same exact goddamn thing, and that's survive. That is live. That's make money. That's be happy. The whole 9 yards. All right, guys? So listen, that's all I have for today. I know today's video was different. I didn't script it. I just said, you know what? I'm going to shoot from the hip. I feel like shit. I'm going to shoot from the hip and have fun. That's what I did today. So hopefully today's video didn't suck, and I'm going to try to see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.